Alright, hello everyone. I'm Bugdoctor. I'm thrilled to be back on Retrothon, and I'm pretty pumped to have a little block of games for you tonight, which I like to call I'm going to call it the Rad Block, because all the games have, I'd like to use the word radical or rad. First one I'm going to start with is totally rad, and then we're going to go on to the Star Tropics, the entire Star Tropics series, the duology. Yeah. So without further ado, I'm going to get started on this game. I just started learning this game recently, and it's honestly just a fun little run, very approachable run, and a game that I've always liked since I was a kid, so I figured I would pick it up. Yeah, we're going to do any percent. We're not going to do cutscene percent, unfortunately. That's a little too radical for this block. Yeah, with that being said, let's get started, and I'll do my best to talk through this cool game. So I'm going to start the timer once this little cutscene fades here. So in this game, you play as a guy named Jake who has magic powers that he's been learning from someone named Zebediah. And you basically are trying to save your girlfriend. I don't know why that Roomba didn't come after me, but... and one thing that you'll kind of notice me doing is killing enemies that might be out of my way, because this game is pretty bad for needing some lag reduction strats, especially in a number of the later stages and things like that when things get a little bit nuts. I was supposed to shoot that guy as I jumped to the peak of my jump, but I just wanted to play it safe. A lot of these enemies actually do like 2 damage, which is a lot when your health is 6. And something really cool is that you can transform. You have all these magic powers, and probably the most important thing here is being able to use these transformations, and those get you through a lot of obstacles in a lot of interesting ways. For example, in this case, we're just flying over top of these bald men who are in egg-shaped little ships, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, now we're going to fight this little kind of Jabba the Hutt almost looking guy, and that's the first part of stage 1. Now we're in the creepy circus, and I dipped down there to kill those drones again to kind of try to reduce some lag. It kind of puts you in some unsafe positions sometimes, so but I'll try to do it if I can. We're gonna try and kill these clowns just for the, we're not gonna kill those ones, I guess. But they cause a lot of lag as well, and also I like to kill them and say, "Clown killer." Sorry, just a little joke. But yeah, so we're gonna use we're gonna climb this kind of area with the. Oh, I thought I was gonna shot in the foot there. We're gonna climb this area with the eagle transformation here. I'm going to shoot that, and I'm going to damage boost this thing and shoot that guy, which helps get through there a little bit faster. Luckily, those little ground turrets only do 1 damage as opposed to 2 from the actual the green men. Okay, we're not going to get that clown. I'll try and get this one. Clown killer! There we go. Yeah, so normally you would jump through this area, but with the eagle power up, you don't really have to worry about it. So at this point, we're going to switch back to normal Jake. I'm actually going to set up a spell for the next stage, which is a time stop spell. And we're going to fight this first boss, which is called Rubilia, who is basically a walking corn cob, as far as I can tell, with a big ruby belly button. And the big ruby belly button is the weak point. And there we go, that's the first stage. Bosses look really cool in this game. This game has a lot of really cool graphics, actually, overall. It's called Magic John in Japan. But, yeah. So now on to Act 2, which has great music. I'm gonna shoot these enemies. Look like Smithers on a pogo stick, I always thought, but kind of duck and blast these with a charge shot, and then I'm gonna shoot this greaser with kind of half charge blast to kill him as fast as possible. With the in conjunction with the time stop as well. Just kind of hold him still. And here we're going to switch to the lion transformation for the first, but definitely not the last time. The lion transformation basically gives you like a screw attack almost, except it doesn't do damage, but it makes you invincible while you're jumping. And also has this very short range but strong attack, which we're going to use to hopefully murder this boss. There we go, that was actually really good. Normally I get hit by that thing, and it's actually a very tricky boss to get the timing down for, so I'm going to do a little jump here, kill that panel, and then we're going to try and sneak by this bee. And then that's okay that we took damage there. So something that's cool that I'm going to try to do throughout this game is if you... I'll try to beat this bee. This is actually... Nice, okay, that's a very, very tight thing to do. But it saves a good amount of time, so... Oh, well, I guess we're just going to damage boost through that. Zap that one. And then we'll jump up here. But yeah, something you can do is when you jump, when you land from a jump, if you re-jump on the exact same frame that you land, you basically go into... You never enter a standing frame. You kind of just remain in a jumping state. I'm just going to play it safe on this bee because they do a lot of damage. So when you're the lion, if you jump frame perfectly every time, you are basically invincible no matter what, even when you have that little landing frame. So now we're going to fight our second boss here, Bugdoctor, who's very gross looking. 12. We're going to jump through him, switch to Eagle, and we're going to shoot this dork right in the eye. Who would have thought that an enemy with a giant eyeball would also have that eyeball be its weakness? Never would have guessed. But yeah, the bosses in this game look really, really cool. I always thought anyway. That's stage 2. Oh, skip the cutscenes. Sorry, Allison, you don't get any screen time. But yeah. So this next stage has a very straightforward little first part here, and then in the next part we're going to actually get into the water section. And that's the only kind of section we're going to use our fish transformation. Just got to kill this scorpion. The eagle projectile seems to be its weak spot. Just pull here, and I will switch on over to fish mode. But yeah, the fish is the only one that's actually able to swim in water, so you can, honestly, you could probably, and I'd really like to try it, get through this part of the stage without even switching to the fish, because every transformation costs time, but I haven't incorporated it yet, and I feel like it's just, gonna cause some grief. I'm really trying to dodge those fish because they do 2 damage. Even though they look like they're fairly innocent, they actually hit very hard. And then we're going to fight the Budget Grinch, who is really not a problem. He tries to punch you a little bit, and he shoots projectiles. His hitbox is a lot bigger than it looks like. Wow, he didn't even... Normally he shoots or something like that, but he didn't. We're going to switch back to the lion here. In this sort of, it's like the reverse of the Contra waterfall. We're going down the waterfall instead of up. And in these parts, right there I did like a frame perfect jump, so I did get hit by that mid-boss enemy. I'm going to damage boost off this Roomba to make it through that kind of laser launcher, whatever the heck it is. And we're going to zap this guy a couple times, just jump through him. Trigger those Roombas, and then we can jump through this as well. As you can see, the lion form is pretty OP when it comes to getting through stuff. Yeah, something else you'll notice is that a lot of times I will... I'll just play it safe on the bee there. Again, they're one of the scariest enemies in the game. A lot of times I'll jump off like that, and that's because when you drop off a ledge, you are forced to drop straight down. Whereas if you jump, you can at least kind of steer yourself on the way down and gain a little bit of distance. This fish, we're just gonna shoot it. We're just gonna shoot it in the butt. Gonna zap it in the butt, and then we're out there. That's the third stage. There's only 5, so it's a very quick little game. It's a very, like I said, it's a very approachable speed run, and with the magic spells you can use, there's a lot of like safety strats you can use. Getting a sub 20 is a pretty like reasonable thing to do in this game, and there's like really not that many people on the board, so strongly encourage it. Okay, so that was a frame perfect jump right there to get me through that Roomba where I landed and then re-jumped. Framed perfectly to stay in that jumping state. It's a lot easier in games, or in this game, when there's a lot of enemies, obviously, because there's so much slowdown. Switch back to Jake here. Shoot that thing. Just gonna hit the spikes here so I can damage boost through that boulder. So the boulders do 2, but the spikes do 1, so it's better to just take damage from that. And here I'm gonna switch to the fire spell, which is the only time we're going to use an elemental spell to kill something, because this boss, if you fight it normally, it takes forever. So we're just going to use a fire spell because it goes through his armor. So 5 of them will just blow him up, and that's it. Nice and simple. Normally he goes through a state where these eyeballs kind of come out of him. You have to kill each eyeball separately. Then you have to wait for his chest to open up to shoot like a bomb, basically. Oh, whoops. No, I want the lion there. Switch back to lion. And as you can see, I get like a refill there. Certain stages give you refills between levels, but other ones don't. I'm gonna try to... There's a lot of slowdown in this area, specifically. Which is good, because you can kind of try to get... I tried to like kind of mash to get a frame perfect jump there on that Roomba that didn't work out. But yeah, so you kind of have to try to manipulate the enemies to destroy themselves here as fast as possible, which will then kind of free up the lag. I'm gonna kill that fish. It speeds up, it reduces lag a little bit here, but this area is just kind of a lag fest, so it's unfortunately the way it goes. And this boss, Fang, I'm gonna float upwards, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna shoot him in the face. With a timing that hopefully doesn't let any of my projectiles go through him. Sometimes they'll cut through if you time it wrong. So you want to be firing at a very specific pace in order to, there you go. And just like that, we're in the next stage, or the final stage. But yeah. Once again, we're going to switch to Lion here, and abuse the iframes it provides. Oops. Okay, so we're going to get double smithers here. Hopefully they'll just kind of go away. Oh, okay, that's fine. These like base enemies now they have twice as much health, basically. So that's something to just keep in mind. I forgot it a lot when I started running this game, that these enemies would be a little bit more buffer than they were originally. We're just gonna wait for that drone to pass. These ball dudes do 2 damage, so you can like flip through them to be as fast as possible, but since we'll just do a safety strat and kill them, that's fine. I'm gonna switch to the eagle up here in a moment. Get up there. Okay. Just had to not take that hit. And again, these enemies, so these green dudes, when they normally would take like 1 hit in the first stage, they take 4 from the eagle here, and they do 2 damage, so we just want to play it safe on them. But yeah, so I'm gonna try and kill these drones. Little eyeball drones as we go through here. Hopefully reduce some lag, but this area just lags up like crazy. Part of it's because the background's so nuts. And then I'm gonna switch to Lion here. And zap Eyeball Robot Man. That's a name I just made up right now. Hope you like it. And that's it for that one. Now we're in like the final part of the last stage. I'm going to try to... There's a very nasty mid-boss that you fight right before the final boss. I'm going to try and get a very particular setup on him. So I'm going to focus on that. I'm trying to get hit by the scorpion. This guy's weird. Okay. Might be... Okay, good. So now I'm just going to freeze him and do half-charge shots until he dies. Oh. Unless I miscount, which is fine. 9, 10, 11. We'll try to get 11 hits each time. Do one more. There we go. Now we're on the final boss, Edigi. As long as I have the health, which I do, I can do a kind of trick. I'm going to stand right here. I'm going to do a frame-perfect jump there, and I'm going to dodge these boomerangs. So that's kind of a slow... I'm just going to zap him to death, and that's it. That's the game. 14:51, pretty good time. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever run this game in a marathon. It's a very fun little speed run, and a very good, like, approachable one if you want to, like, get into speedrunning, I would say. It's not super long. There's, like, tech with respect to, like, the frame-perfect jumps and using all the, like, powers properly, but overall it's, yeah, pretty straightforward, fun little run, and I would love to see the board start getting a little bit buffed up for it, because, yeah, it does not get enough attention, in my opinion, so... with that, thanks for the GGs, everyone. I appreciate it. And with that, I'm going to switch on over to Star Tropics. So, yeah. Thanks for watching Totally Rad, and I'll be back in a brief moment here.